More now on an ongoing Fox 5 I-Team investigation of a recycling company run by Mayor Kasim Reed's father.
Yeah, we already told you a top airport executive invested in the company. And now we find out a Reed family friend also invested and then went on to win millions in airport contracts.
Well, senior I-Team reporter Dale Russell has the latest in his exclusive report now. Dale.
Russ, this is something we've been following for a good while. Business associates of June Reed told me there were 10 to 13 Atlanta investors in the company, including limo company owner Darrell Anderson. Anderson, he says, was investing in June Reed's recycling company, and it had nothing to do with his success in winning 3 different airport contracts.
You know that you've been trying to smear me for 7 years.
We wanted to know what Mayor Kasim Reed thought about a business venture involving his father, a top airport executive and an airport vendor.
Can I just ask about the element of an accusation from a top airport official?
A Fox 5 I-Team investigation found 19 days after Mayor Reed was elected, his father June started a company called Capital Plastic Recyclers. June Reed raised money from a number of Atlanta investors to buy this equipment. Set up shop in Cheraw, South Carolina, 5 hours north of Atlanta. Who were all those investors? No one involved will say. But our investigation found 2 of the investors had strong ties to the Atlanta airport.
One of the things we're doing, we're making special accommodations to the...
We've already told you about Lance Lyttle. He was at the time the assistant general manager at the airport. Lyttle invested $50,000 according to a lawsuit he filed against June Reed. Lyttle accused Reed of fraud. The lawsuit shows while June Reed began paying the money back, the case settled. Lyttle left the airport and now works in Seattle. He wouldn't comment. We couldn't reach June Reed.
Mayor Reed is a long-term friend of mine, and I make no bones about it.
Darrell Anderson is another investor in June Reed's company. We interviewed him back in 2012. Anderson is a limo company owner and longtime family friend of the Reeds. Kasim Reed and Anderson, along with other investors, bought this warehouse off of Cascade Road together back in 2007.
I'm friends with the brothers, the mother, and the dad, and have known them and got a great deal of respect for that entire family.
In 2010, Anderson invested in June Reed's recycling company. A bank check obtained by the Fox 5 I-Team shows Anderson's company, A National Limousine, wrote a $32,000 check to cash. The money was for Capital Plastic Recyclers. On the phone, I asked Anderson if he was an investor. He told me I was. That was a long time ago. I've been out of it for a long time. 1 month after Darrell Anderson wrote that $32,000 check in the summer of 2010, city officials gave him control over the airport's lucrative shuttle business. There was no competitive bid. The old shuttle company was out. Anderson was in. It was supposed to be temporary, but ended up lasting some 4 years.
That's a big problem. That's a big problem.
Sarah Henderson is the director of Good Government Group, Common Cause.
It really seems very backroom, old politic kind of things that are happening in this situation.
But there was another check. Shortly after Christmas, Anderson's company wrote a check, this time $35,000, to June Reed personally for advance CPR. On the phone, Anderson told me the timing of the check written to June Reed had nothing to do with his newfound city business. Now you're going into left field about one thing that's got nothing to do with the other.
Well, it looks awful, especially you have the copies of the check written directly to the father, not the business, but to the father. I mean, this is clearly a conflict of interest.
And just months after the second check was written in early 2011, Anderson was set to take over his second contract at the airport. The city notified him he was the winning bidder in a contract to manage cars, taxis, and limos at the airport. At the time, Anderson told us,
the airport has given me anything. Let me make very clear. Everything that I've got, I've earned.
The 5-year, $6.6 million contract required Anderson to disclose any potential conflicts of interest. Anderson did not disclose his financial dealings with Mayor Reed's father. That contract was signed by Anderson and Mayor Reed.
I think the mayor also needs to come out and say, address this situation and talk directly about the fact that it's a little bit too close for comfort, these relationships and this money that changed hands.
Now, Darrell Anderson later wrote 2 more checks totaling $20,000, one in 2012, one in 2013, to June Reed personally. The checks indicate the money was for a loan. Anderson was still a vendor at the time, and the recycling company was still in business. The city also awarded Anderson his 3rd airport contract just 3 months ago. 3 years, $10 million. Mayor Reed's spokesperson in a statement said, "We're trying to smear the administration, public employees, and small business people, and no one broke any laws." Russ, Sinead?
Yeah, at the outset of your story, you had the mayor saying that, essentially that very same thing. Dale, thanks very much.